Hey everybody, I'm Jack Reeder with Future Pastimes, and I'm a designer on the expansions for the classic Dune board game published by Gale Force 9. In this video, I'm going to be talking about one of the cards in the Treachery deck, and that is Hajr. Hajr is a special Treachery card. It's got the green background on there. That means it's a play once and then discard it once you have done its effect. The way that Hajr works is it's played during the shipping and movement phase as part of a movement action. So the way the text reads, play during the movement phase, make an extra on-planet force movement subject to normal movement rules. The forces you move may be a group you've already moved this phase or another group. So something that comes up every once in a while with Hajr is when somebody is trying to make a move with ornithopters. Now, what's interesting about Hajr is it's two separate move actions. So let's say that you ship your forces into Arakeen, and you're using ornithopters to move 3 territories. After that movement, you want to play Hajr to have another movement. Well, if you don't have forces that are still in Arakeen or Carthag, then those forces that you are moving with the Hajr can only move their normal movement rate. So if you're not the Fremen, that means you're going 1 territory. And if you are the Fremen, well, then you're going 2 territories. So that is important to know. If you want to get a 6 territory movement with Hajr, then you need to make sure that at the start of both of those movements, you've got somebody with ornithopters. Now, it doesn't have to be the forces that you move. So let's say that you land somewhere, or that you already have forces on there, and you've got one of your force tokens is in Carthag, and you've got some forces in the polar sink at the start of your movement phase. You can move those 3 territories, and you can move that group or a different group 3 territories. You can also move a group 3 territories, and then you could move the group that is in Arakeen or Carthag 3 territories. So it can be 2 different groups, and as long as each group has ornithopters at the start of their movement, that is what lets you get the full 3 territory movement with Hajr. A common use for Hajr is to get into 2 strongholds at a time when, or just into a stronghold at a time when nobody was expecting you to be able to get there. So let's say, for instance, you want to get into Habanya Siege. That is the one siege that's on the board that is hard to get to, even with 3 territory movement from a lot of the territories where you will typically be. So if you're in the Polar Sink, for instance, or if you are in one of the other strongholds, you can't get to Habanya. In fact, getting to Habanya from the other strongholds is also kind of a tall order. But with Hajr, you can do it. You can get there from the Polar Sink. You can also get there from a lot of the other territories if you're doing a combo movement. But the other thing is, let's say that you've got forces in Carthag, or you land in Carthag, right? And then you do your normal movement into either Arakeen or into Tabr. That puts you into 2 strongholds, and then you use Hajr to move forces that, say, are in the Polar Sink. Those can get to also Arakeen or Tabr, but they can also get into Tuik Siege as well. And so that is a nice surprise move for you to do if you can pull that off. Hajr, a very valuable card, so don't waste it. Hold on to that until you need it. I know it's taking up valuable real estate in your limited hand, but it is a I'm going for the win card that you should try to save it for those instances. So that's about it for Hajr. If you've got other insights or fun anecdotes that you would like to share, hit me up in the comments about that. Let me know what you think of Hajr. I think it's a great card. It's a great addition to the game. And again, it's perfect for those sneak attacks. The players are like, well, you can't get to Tuix now, so I'm going to go ahead and go after this Spice Blow down in Cialgo South. And then you play the Hajr, and now you are in the territory. You're in the stronghold where nobody thought you were going to be able to go, and maybe you don't even have to fight. Or you're able to overwhelm a much weaker force there because they just didn't expect you to be able to pull that one off. So that is it for Hajr. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.